Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome everyone to another edition of the Walking This Way's Impact Force podcast. I'm your host, Furman Jackson Jr. We're broadcasting once again here in the DFW, that's Dallas Fort Worth, Texas. Everybody wants to know. So, in the studio with me, my guest was born and raised in Fort Worth, Texas. My guest is a graduate of the University of North Texas. My guest is the founder of the Sisterhood Foundation. Let's welcome Amber. Amber, welcome to Walking This Way in That Was podcast. Thank you, man, for taking time out of your productive schedule to hang out with me on this great Saturday morning. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience here on Walking This Way in That Was podcast.
Okay, thank you very much for having me on today. I do have a very busy schedule. Actually, my boys have a football game today. But I'm Amber Morgan. I'm from Fort Worth, Texas. I graduated from Dunbar High School. Go Wildcats! After graduating from high school, I moved to Denton to go to University of North Texas, where I pursued my bachelor's and master's degree in behavior analysis. And I started the Sisterhood Foundation last year in 2022, and I'm appreciative for this opportunity to be on your show.
And that's awesome. Like you have a very impressive resume. Uh, there's never a dull moment about your resume. You kind of be on it, popping with it. And like I said, I apply individuals yourself who are doing extraordinary things to build up people, to build up a community. But the most important, you're living out your dream. And also you see the fruition of it come to pass. So my question is to you, and you mentioned you are a native of Fort Worth, Texas. What will be your founding memories growing up in the Fort Worth, Texas area?
Oh, a lot. I would say going to the 50 Cent movie on Tuesday. My mom would always take us to the town center mall. It's called La Grand Plaza now. But my mom would take us to the movies on Tuesdays, and then we would go play volleyball on Wednesdays. Um, Going to different events of stockyards, Fort Worth stockyards. That's very um, family fun, and my mom just took us to different events growing up in Fort Worth.
And that's what's up. So, growing up, was you as a child, was you outspoken, stay to yourself, you questioning things growing up? Because you are an extraordinary individual. You started your own foundation. So that entrepreneurship had to be in you somewhere growing up.
Oh, I was very outgoing. I questioned everything. In school, I would always question the teachers, and it was perceived in a very different way. It wasn't perceived as like being curious or wanting to learn more or know more. It was perceived as um, disruptive or um, not really. It wasn't perceived as I wanted to know more because I wanted to know why for everything. You give me a answer, I want to know why to that answer. How you come up to that? I've always been very analytical, where I wanted to know um, where and why things happen the way that they do. Um, so growing up, yeah, I questioned everything. Very outgoing.
And and that's a good thing. We know that a lot of people, with individuals, say they would get in trouble. They question a lot of things, and then you got to realize because it was stuff that was passed on from their parents or our parents to where now we're becoming more open now, always addressing the elephant in the room when it comes to things. And I noticed that now, you have individual parents are teaching their children that it's okay to ask the questions, but also give them the answer. 'Cause a lot of times when someone give a question, 9 times out of 10 they getting fussed at. So it's like you break away from that. Okay, don't fuss. They ask for a reason. So it's like, okay, let me find the answer. If I don't have the answer, I'll find somebody who does know the answer, and I'll present you with the question that you've been looking for. So growing, okay, so you've been outspoken. Um, question a lot of things. Where all this greatness come from? Because like I said, you are doing extraordinary things. As a young woman yourself, you're doing extraordinary things. So where did all this resonate from? When it comes to family, was your family structured, goal oriented? Do entrepreneurship runs in your family, or are you the very first one in your family that is doing entrepreneurship?
I would say I'm the very first in my family to pursue entrepreneurship, but I would say that a lot of it comes from my mom. My mom was very uh, stern and strict on her upbringing, but she also instilled that you always go after what you want, regardless of what it is. What you want to do, what you want to obtain, you go after it. So um, it has a lot to do with my mom and the upbringing. She was very involved, very um, always hands on with us, and anything that we wanted to do, she made us to make it happen, regardless of what it is between my siblings and myself. Uh, she allowed us to be outgoing and explore the world, but also keep us very structured and organized upbringing.
Man, that's what's up right there. And my next question is, in the month of May, the year 2022, that was the Sisterhood Foundation that you founded came to fruition. What was going through your mind at that time when you seen this come to fruition for you?
Uh, well, when I started my job as a manager, I wanted to find a way to give back to my sisters. I wanted to find a way to give back to African American women and teen girls and promote sisterhood. I became very frustrated going from job to different jobs, and every time I would go for different jobs and I would be promoted to a management role, I would have very various women who would be either jealous or didn't know how to perceive the promotion. And I'm not the one that would be boasting or bragging or try to throw my weight around. I'm very outgoing, and I just love being around people. And I wanted to not just take myself to the next level, but I wanted to take other women with me. And the only way I felt that I would be able to do that would be to start a foundation that focuses on sisterhood, that focuses on bringing women together in a positive light, bringing women to have a safe space to talk and elevate each other and not focus on the negative uh, image or the negative things that we go through, whether we're on the job or in different organizations or just being amongst other women. We don't have to have that negative energy. So in 2022, I was like, there's something I got to do. There's something I got to do for my ladies, for my women. What can we do to bring each other together? And so when I started the Sisterhood Foundation, my whole goal was women, bringing uplifting women, empowering them to do whatever it is they want to do, whether it's entrepreneurship, whether they want to go for a new promotion at their job, whether they wanted to go back to school, giving them resources that they need to elevate their life, at the same time building a lifelong bond amongst women and promoting
Mm.
sisterhood.
And that's what's up. So it's all about helping them enhance their life, enhance their ability, create the life that they didn't want to live, create the life that they feel like they so deserving of. And I like that. That's what's up. We're gonna take a quick commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. After this commercial break, we're gonna jump back into our Q&A conversation with our guest this morning, Amber. So we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, oh, damn, girl, you looking good, shorty. Hey, let me get that number, man. You feeling me, you know? You sure? Come on, man. You good? Have a good day. Have a good day. What? I can. Oh, damn. Hey, man. Tell me what happened right there, man. You know, I guess my ribs ain't up, man. Don't worry about it, bro. They used to do that to me all the time, man. But I got a little something for you, man. Just a little vitamin P, man. Change your life, man. Take a few of those, man, and see how it
Okay. We're gonna see.
Follow me.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back here on Walking This Way's Impact Boys podcast. I'm your host, Furman Jackson Jr., broadcasting once again from the DFW, Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. I got to give a big shout out to those in the DFW. Even though I only been living here going on 3 years, December 18 will make it 3 years. I got to say, man, y'all heat is no joke. I'm from Alabama, and I thought it get hot. Man, it get hot here in Texas, but I love it here. I thank God to be here. But man, I can't wait till it start cooling down because it's heat ain't no joke. But if you're out there today, man, y'all make sure y'all stay hydrated, stay cool. Just stay hydrated. That's the most important thing. But I'm back here with my guest this morning, Amber. Of course, she's here with me. She's taking time out of her productive schedule. I appreciate her for the great things she's doing. Hear more about the Sisterhood Foundation. So go ahead and unmute your mic. You still muted. There you go. So take us behind the scenes with the Sisterhood Foundation. What is the foundation all about? How can women get involved? How can they be plugged in? So go ahead and take us behind this great journey behind the Sisterhood Foundation.
So the Sisterhood Foundation is a twofold foundation. We work with African American women to create a lifelong bond and provide resources that they need in their life, and we promote mental health awareness, focusing on self-care and really chiming into emotional and mental issues to uplift other women. And then we have a free mentorship program for teen girls 13 to 18, where we meet twice a month, every first and third Wednesday at the Doc Bookshop. It's a black owned bookstore here in Fort Worth. And we meet there teaching them mental health awareness, educational resources, communication skills, and preparing them for life after high school. We have a couple of ladies that are interested in college tours. We're going to take college tours in the spring and summer to kind of get them prepared for when they graduate high school, and kind of those who want to go to college, they'll have that opportunity. We'll help them with college applications and provide them the resources that they need to prepare them for life after high school. So we work with both African American women and teen girls.
And that's what's up. So let me ask you this: what has been the most biggest challenge within your organization when it comes to the individual? When what had been the biggest challenge that you have seen recently by working with women from different walks of life?
I would say trust. Trust has been one of the biggest challenges, because not a lot of people will recognize or identify when they need help,
Right.
or when they are in a vulnerable state. It's very difficult to be vulnerable and being able to trust people. So with this organization since last year, being able to have people to trust, not just myself, but my board members, to hold up our end of the bargain of what we say we're going to do. That's been one of the challenges, because not a lot of people feel we're not just looking for people that need help. We're looking for people who are already elevated and can provide help as well, because this is not just for people that need help. This is for everybody. And so trust is one of the biggest challenges that sisterhood has seen thus far.
Yeah, I know you mentioned about mental health. How you mentioned you're advocate for that. How important it is to talk about mental health. We know that mental health was not discussed before, but now it's been more talked about now when it comes to mental health. Because we know a lot of people, not only the people, but individuals have dealt with trauma, all sort of trauma they dealt with from their childhood. How can someone cope with that, especially when it comes to relationships? 'Cause we know that trauma affects relationships, our work, our schooling, you name it, and we don't know how to deal with it. And I know you mentioned trust. So how can the individual find someone who they can trust into to get the proper help they need? Because nowadays, if you share your stuff with people, they'll go blabbing on social media to everybody. Now is nowhere to turn to. So I know you mentioned about the trust thing. So what tools, what methods do you help those take when it comes to build up that trust?
I would say take it serious, and communication. Communication is a big part. A lot of people don't communicate, and when you don't communicate, you don't know what the problem is, or you don't know how to express the problem. So when with mental health is very important, because everything behavior starts in the mind,
Yeah,
and
it
what
does.
you think is what you do. And you usually have two different options or two different consequences for things that you do, and everybody has a different upbringing. So a lot of times you have to take that into consideration when you are building relationships, you're talking to people, or you're seeking help. Mental health is becoming a uh, it's becoming big and very much talked about because it's very serious. There are a lot of things that can happen when you don't take time to address your mental health, whether it's depression, whether it's bipolar, or some type of diagnosis. You have to take it serious and seek professional help. Because, like you said, when some people express their feelings or their concerns, or the people that people go blabbing on social media, true people and professionals that help with mental health, they don't do that. They understand the importance in keeping it confidential um, when it comes to mental health. Biggest thing is communicating first, being able to say, hey, I have a problem. I need to get help. I need to go find someone who's working in that field who can genuinely help me overcome this mental health battle that I'm having.
Man, and that's what's up. And my next question is, what is the philosophy for the Sisterhood Foundation? Do you have a philosophy in place that you do on your day-to-day basis?
Yes, all of the ladies that we work with and the girls that we work with, they know that it's a no judgment zone. There's no judgment. And we really teach people, teach women, teen girls to be a sister to a sister.
Man, that's what's up right there. I know you mentioned that you're self-driven and you have always been motivated. How do you keep that mindset going when it comes to being self-driven, believe in yourself? I'm a firm believer. You gotta believe in yourself. You know your value, you know your worth. But what keeps Amber self motivated? What keeps you on that path? What keeps you on that journey? That you say, you know what? I'm not gonna give up. I won't quit. Quit is not my vocabulary. So what keeps you going?
I would say the creator, God. I would say that I'm being a believer and having faith that God is going to see me through whatever challenge I'm faced. I keep that mindset. That's my way of survival and my way of connecting with the creator to show my purpose, which is helping people. And to keep that mindset set, I continuously seek guidance from the creator, for the creator to keep me motivated, to help me through those difficult challenges with this organization and building business relationships with other people. I would say the creator. I would say God.
Man, that's what's
100%.
up right there. Awesome. And I know we're in the ninth month, 2023. How do you want to finish your year out? We almost this year's almost out. We already in the ninth month. We got October, November, December. So how do Amber want to finish this year out and going into year 24?
All of the events that I have planned for the remainder of the year, I want to get those accomplished and done. And I'm ready to book a schedule for my calendar for 2024. I want to finish this year out strong with recruiting more teen girls and more women on board with the Sisterhood Foundation, and just to finish out strong and uplift other women.
I know, right? It's all about finish out strong, finish hard, and to keep the grind and keep up the great work. And I know you are a mother. I know you know what your boys playing some football and stuff. I love football, of course. So outside the business world, I know you're a mother as well. What do Amber like to do in her relaxation time?
I love to read. I love reading books, and I like to write poetry in my relaxation time. Usually just reading or writing poetry.
So what books are you reading right now? I know you mentioned your book, you read it, you love to read books. So what books are you reading right now?
Right now, I am reading a controversial book. It's Conspiracy to Destroy Black Women.
Oh, okay, that's it. Take it. That's interesting. Give us a glimpse on what that's about. That's I never heard that before. That's interesting. So Give us a glimpse on what that book is all about and what you got out the book and what was a life. Well, I don't want to say no life changing, but what really caught your attention when you was reading when you was reading it.
It's a guy written the book, and so it's looking at African American women from the perspective of a man, and how the women in his life shaped his thinking and his way of dealing with women. And it's very interesting to know how guys, men think differently from women, and how our interactions shape each other, shape our mindset, how we interact with other people. And that book really chimes in on really paying attention to how you interact with people, what you say to people, what you do to people, being conscious of that. And I think that with this, I'm in like the second chapter, and I've learned that um, interaction is very important. Your mindset,
Mm-hmm.
your perspective, and how you treat people is very important. And a lot of times, African American women have just as much of a challenge as African American men do, and that we shouldn't be against each other.
Yeah, it should never be right there. And when it comes to that arena, I believe that every man should get to know himself first before he gets a relationship. If he can't have a relationship with himself first, how can he have a relationship with a woman he never had one with himself first? It's always important to know as a man to know your identity, know who you are, learn who you are, and it's an ongoing process. It's not a one and done thing. We constantly supposed to evolve, right? We evolve on a regular basis. So the more you get to know yourself, the more you learn to communicate with yourself. Life is beautiful, and I'm glad that we're learning that now. Going to the self love, and I had posted on my page before. When you love yourself, you always gonna take care of yourself. When you love yourself, you
Right.
gonna protect yourself, and that's why I'm a firm believer in when you because everything starts with self first, right? So love yourself, learn yourself, and when you do all that, man, life is beautiful. And I'm glad we're getting that time now where we're truly learning ourselves. And I
Right.
know we're not gonna be prolonged, so and I know you got a productive schedule today, of course. So I'm not gonna hold you up. So Amber, do you have any final remarks you will leave here with the listening audience?
I would like for people to be conscious of what you say and what you do. What you say, you're manifesting into existence. So be very careful of the words you use, because you're manifesting. You're manifesting it into existence when you speak. That's what I want to share with people. And I want to also shout out to my boys who have their football games today. Um, Beastie B and Maxon, they play for Texas Faith Warriors, and so I want to shout out to them today for their game.
Man, that's what's up. And I know you mentioned events. So what next event you have coming up? Let the world know, let the viewer audience know what events you got coming up so they can come out and support you.
I will be speaking in Key West, Florida for a self care retreat on the 15th, and also I have Sister Sunday on the 24th. It's a engagement for all women. It's a free event for women to network and bond. We have various activities for the women to participate in. We have breakout sessions for the women and the teen girls. For Sister Sunday, we have our mentorship program that's every first and third Wednesday of the month. So we'll be doing that. And also we have a Dallas Women's Expo that we will be participating in as well. There are just different things we're doing in the community to bring sisterhood together.
And that's what's up right there. Keep it a great work, Amber, as well. Like I said, we're about to get to leave here, ladies and gentlemen. Man, y'all have a great week. You have a great Saturday. And like I said, I know we put out some rain coming in, so whatever areas will begin to the rain, stay dry. Of course, we need the rain so it cool everything off. So we need that. But man, y'all have a great Saturday. And I got to give a big shout out to Steve the Dean Williams for this. And I learned from him. You always say, remember the graveyard. Everybody had one thing in common. They thought they were going to see tomorrow, and they didn't. Remember, let's live life like it is our last.
Thank you.
And more importantly, love yourself, respect yourself, honor yourself, work on yourself, better yourself, upgrade yourself, and most importantly, love yourself. I'll be back here Tuesday night here on Walking This Way Impact Boy Podcast. And also, one more thing, Amber, go ahead and plug in your social media. How can people get in contact with you? How can they follow you? I didn't want to leave that out, so go ahead.
They can follow me at the Sisterhood Foundation on Facebook, as well as Instagram, and the www.sisterhooddfw.org is our website. And also, you can find me on my Facebook page, Amber Morgan, and Instagram, 2D Denise.
And that's what's up. So, hey, man, y'all have a great day, of course. Amber, enjoy your day. I know you're going to get back to Switch Your Boy. They're playing the ball right now. Much success to them in football as well this year. So, man, y'all have a great Saturday once again. And I'll be back here Tuesday night here on Walking This Way, Impact Boys Podcast. So then, man, y'all hold it down. Peace.
Thank you.